Hello YouTube family, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is not a how-to. This is more just to document what we're doing. Just to kind of bring you guys up to speed, we have a pair of Electrolux washer and dryer, and our Electrolux dryer has fallen prey to apparently something that's pretty common. The filter system, which is right here inside the door, it doesn't filter as good as it needs to. Basically what that means is it allows lint to get beyond the filter and down into the fan blower and motor that's just below where that filter system is. So Dawn noticed it right off the bat. Why don't you kind of describe what we ran into?
So it kind of started out, there was a smell coming from our dryer, and so our dryer vents through the back and up through our attic because it's on our second floor where our bedrooms are. Jerry went up in the attic, he checked all of the pipes, everything was clear. We pulled the dryer out, we checked the pipe in the back, I vacuumed everything out on the inside, we used a brush, we did everything we thought needed to be done, and we thought we solved the problem. But then a day later, the smell came back. And so doing a little bit of research online, I discovered that Electrolux dryers have this issue where the lint gets past the little lint filter and down into the blower, and it can cause, number one, it can cause a rattling with the dryer, but it can also cause this smell because everything has the dryer sheet. So dryer sheets, if they get old, they can get a smell. Mm-hmm. And so what's obviously happened is all that lint is collected down there, and it has all that dryer sheet stuff on it, and it's kind of gotten gross smelling.
And Dawn did, so we did notice that the dryer has been a lot louder than normal too, so that is a factor as well.
And actually, we noticed it, or I noticed it, even got louder once I did the vacuuming cleaning. So I'm wondering if some of that lint got dislodged and is causing more problems. So if you if we were to turn this on right now and start it, it's loud. Do y'all hear that? It's really loud. And one of the things that this dryer is known for is not being loud. So that's how we know that it is an issue. So today we're gonna tear it apart and clean that blower out.
Also, in full disclosure, Dawn bought a camera.
I did.
It's a tube camera that it's like 4 or 5 feet long, and it
at least
it attaches to your phone, and it has a light on it. And she put that camera down into where the filter and everything goes down by the blower. And she confirmed that there is lint buildup down in that blower.
It kind of looks like a fan. It has all these little ridges around. Yeah, like fins. And you can definitely see, like wet lint. You know how, like, kind of caked in lint is kind of what it looks like.
Like it was damp, but it was very fine. But over time, it's just built up over time. And
so our hope is that we're going to get down there. We can get all of that cleaned out. And then our dryer, because these are really nice washer and dryer. We love them. They work great. This is the first issue that we've really ever had with this dryer. We've had it 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
And so today we're going to tear this apart and get down to that blower so we can really get it cleaned out.
So also, Dawn found an Electrolux video, and I will put a link in the description below. And it's basically a how-to of how to open up the dryer, so hopefully we'll be able to take care of this. And again, we are basic homeowners. We are not repair people. This is not our thing.
We're not professionals, but we want to save money, and we can do it ourselves.
Yeah, and if you guys don't feel comfortable doing it, make sure that you do hire a professional. This video, again, is not a how-to. This is just to document the process that we're going to take, hopefully in order to fix our dryer.
Yep.
So you ready to get started?
Yep, let's move this.
All right.
So we're gonna move it out and then unplug it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you get on that side and lift it?
Okay, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see, but we have furniture sliders that we're using because we have a hardwood floor and we don't want to scratch the floor. And this also makes it a lot easier to slide. So we're basically just going to slide it forward, and then I'm going to get back there and unhook everything. And then we'll start the process. I'm removing the ductwork back here just so we can get to what we need. All right, so I'm using a number 2 Phillips, and I'm removing these 2 screws in the back to remove this lid. And then the video that we're referencing says you literally just pull this back and lift it off. So that's what I'm going to do. But it does note that it's sharp.
We are working in a very tight location, so we apologize for the camera angles. It's starting to move.
Yeah. There it goes. All right, so there's the top.
So there's a pipe or a water tube that goes into the back of this dryer, and that's what Jerry just unhooked. The reason that he had to unhook it is because we don't have enough room to turn the wash machine to actually work on the front because we're in a hallway.
That's tight. All right, so now the next part says I need to undo these 2 bulkhead screws up top right here. So our model is a little different than the model in the video that we're watching. But hopefully it's not that much different. Okay, so now I have to unscrew the 2 screws inside, and according to the video it should be this one and this one. Alright, I'm off camera here. I'm putting my screws in order and the way that I'm taking them off so that I can do my best to make sure that the right screws go back in the right holes. You can see the screws down here. I have to take that one off and this one right here off.
We can. So now we have to lift this up.
Mm-hmm. So we have this that we can use as well, okay?
Okay, so what's attached?
Okay.
Careful, don't scratch the floor.
Yeah. All right, so here's the front of it right here. We just successfully took it off.
2 things in order to get that off. This little guy at the top and this little guy right here, which I believe is for the door lock. You know, it signals to the dryer that the door's not closed. Okay. So our blower is this right here. So we have to get to that. Is it coming? So you at least got, oh, there we go.
Yeah, I just had to indent it just a little bit.
Okay. So all the wires should now be unhooked from the bulkhead, which is this.
Oh, man.
And then just sit it up on top.
Like that?
Yeah. Okay. So now we should be able to, and all, from everything we can see, we should be able to take out these 4 screws and the bulkhead will come off.
Okay, so now I have to unscrew these 2 screws right here.
There's a controller, like a bracket that holds all the wiring there. So we have to unloosen that so it comes away from this bulkhead. Yeah.
Let's hope that does it. You don't see anything else hooked up to it, do you? Any wires or anything?
Nope, not on this side anyway.
Screws all together.
Yeah. Okay, so this is our last screw. No, but this is a slightly different model than the one we're watching. This is a little bit newer. You know, the other thing is this thing. So I'm completely out on my side, but it's still. There it goes.
Hold on. Something. There it goes. It was stuck on here.
Look at the blower.
Okay, well, so here's the blower down here. This is the mechanism that we're trying to get to. I mean, there's lint in there.
So
Does
one
it
of the
smell
things. One of the things that I watched, where's the screwdriver? What he did was he went like this and, you know, dig out all of the lint that's down in there. Does it smell like that smell?
A little, but not anywhere near.
Okay, so I have used a screwdriver, gotten most of the debris out of here. Although it's very. Something just moved. There's a lot of debris and dust and all kinds of stuff in there, and it's kind of caked on, like it got wet. So I'm going to try to vacuum out as much as I can, and see what we can get. I also purchased, when I was trying to clean it from the top side, I purchased this hose that fits on your vacuum cleaner that has a wire so that you can direct the end, but it's a much smaller hose. So I may try to get that in here as well. So it's going to get loud for a few minutes, so we'll probably speed this up. so it does look like I got most of the dust, or lint, that's floating around in here. I'm thinking that I'm gonna try to wipe out some of, because it seems silly to not clean it wholeheartedly before we put this back together. So this is how much was in there. And that doesn't include the large amount that I pulled out by doing it from the top. Probably 3 times this amount was pulled out from the top where, you know, you clean your lint filter. I vacuumed out at least 3 times this much from there. I think I'm going to spray it a little bit, get some paper towels, get in there, get it really clean, and then we'll put this back together. I feel like I'm doing a dental cleaning.
You ready to put it back together?
Yeah.
All right, so Dawn has completely cleaned everything that we can think of. And I even went to the back of the unit and put my arm completely up in there, and I was able to pull a little bit more lint out behind the blower fan there. So as far as we know, it is completely clear of any lint or any debris whatsoever. We've taken a note to smell everything, and nothing smells like that. That smell.
And honestly, I don't smell it like that smell standing near it.
But
which
we never...
Before, we could smell it when the door was open.
But every time we would remove something or tinker with something, we could never smell it either. In fact, it smelled overly clean, actually, because of all the... So yeah. We're hoping we got it. If not, we're putting it back together now no matter what, because we've done everything that we can at this point. There's literally nothing more that we can do.
And we're really hoping that we get a smoother sounding dryer as well, because I did notice that that picked up. So, moment of truth. Listen to how much quieter it is.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's blowing out all the residue, you know, like little pieces that we may have.
It's like 10 times quieter.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things, the reasons we bought this washer and dryer was because this is on our bedroom level. So we didn't want one that was extremely loud.
Yeah, you want to be able to sleep while you're drying clothes and stuff. But
Jerry works shift work, so he could be sleeping any time of the day and I could be doing laundry. So, yeah. So this is great.
So
wow, it's so quiet.
You ready to do the smell test?
I don't know, I'm scared. I don't smell it. Smell.
It almost smells new. You know what I mean?
Well, it's clean, but
I don't smell that.
I don't smell
residual,
that nasty smell.
Yeah, like dead animal smell. I know we've avoided saying it, but that's pretty much what it smelled like a dead animal. We're gonna dry some clothes and stuff for about a week or so to see if that did fix the problem. So we'll give you guys an update in this video.
So I also want to let you know, I did watch a video in the process of doing all of this. There is someone who has come up with a solution to the lint getting past the filter that's in here. There is a new filter that Electrolux has put on their new dryers, which uses basically all the same technology. It's just solves that problem.
It's a better filter. They call it a clamshell filter because
Yes.
it encloses everything.
It requires you to replace the little, there's like a guard there. It requires you to replace the guard and replace the filter.
We do want to give you guys an update to see if this did actually work, because if it's worth your time, it's worth your time, and you know, we'll kind of be the guinea pigs for it.
If your dryer is sounding like that or your dryer is smelling like that, this was not, I mean, it was overwhelming before we did it, but now that we've done it, it really wasn't that hard to do. Yeah. So anyone can do this, and it'll save you probably several $100s in a repairman coming.
All right, so we're going to put this thing back in the dryer nook here, and stand by for the update.
Welcome back, guys. It's been 6 months since we did the repairs or troubleshot the dryer. Right. We had this, just to recap, we had this awful smell that smelled like a dead animal. We honestly thought a bird had come in through the vent, and that's where we were getting the smell. We checked that out. We actually have a vent louver on the outside to prevent that, but we thought, well, maybe something went wrong. Jerry went up in the attic, checked that out, pulled all the tubing apart, checked everything, no major lint buildup in the pipe or anything. No lint buildup at all. Fortunately, the pipe in our house goes up through our attic and out, and it's a smooth pipe. Yeah. So I think that prevents a lot of the lint from sticking to the inside of the pipe. So we were good there. But we watched a video online about replacing this model of dryer. Hasn't had an issue with the lint filter blowing lint past the actual filter that's in the system, and Electrolux has fixed that in newer versions of our dryer.
So the lint would go past the filter and it would collect on the blower fan vents.
Yes.
And it would build up, and that buildup is what we believed to be the cause. After a lot of talking and troubleshooting, that's basically what we believed was the cause of the dead animal smell.
But the blower was working and functioning fine. So it seems silly to us to spend, and I'm just throwing a number out, I think it was like $135 to replace the blower in here when it was working and functioning properly. So we kind of vacuumed that out, cleaned it out. I got a toothbrush out and cleaned the blower to the best of my ability without like
a flathead screwdriver.
Right. Tearing it apart. You would not believe the amount of lint that we pulled out just from the blower.
Yeah.
There is also a like where the lint filter fits down inside the encasement. There's a metal, I don't know, like vent kind of that goes towards the blower. We scrubbed that. We used bleach. We used everything we could think of to make sure that that was as clean as we could possibly get it. But in the process, we decided that maybe it was the lint filter along with all the rest of that. So everything was cleaned out. So we decided to change the chamber where the lint filter fits down in. We changed that to fit the new clamshell type.
Right.
So our old lint filter was just a screen that went down, just a flat screen that went down into the chamber that held it. And lint was flying past it going into the blower. So the new lint, we replaced this piece, which on this particular dryer has a sensor that senses when the clothes are dry. You have the option to use that. So we had to make sure that this went with our dryer because this is a newer piece. So we replaced this, which literally was 2 screws.
Yeah, 2 screws, 1 on each side. Super simple to do. But this was Electrolux's fix to what our issue.
But honestly, if you Google this, it does not list our number of dryer as being compatible with this. But
Correct.
I'm telling you, it works. It works. And so the new lint filter, and you can see we did not clean this out, but you can see, so it's a clamshell, so it opens up and you can see how much lint. This is one, and this was sheets. So this is one, they're like cotton or like t-shirt type sheets. But this is literally one dryer run of these sheets. So we got that much lint. And imagine that blowing past and going into the blower, along with, you know, the fabric softener dryer sheet stuff and God knows what else.
Yeah.
So,
and here's the new design. I don't know if you guys can see it all that well, but it's got a little hook right here. You literally just put your thumb in there, push, and it opens right up. It's super simple to use, but this has definitely helped with what our issue was up to now. Like, it's been 6 months and no animal smell at all. No nothing. Everything seems to be working properly.
Yeah.
So I'd have to say, us tearing the machine apart, vacuuming it, cleaning it from the inside.
We also cleaned the barrel on the inside because
honestly,
we did not know where the smell was coming from. So we figured while we had this torn apart, we were going to clean everything that could possibly be the issue. So we did do that. We took bleach water and we wiped everything down and then dried it with paper towels so that because we didn't want it to rust, but we did want to make sure that it was clean. So we cleaned everything out. Now, mind you, this washer and dryer is about 5 years old at this point. And honestly, with the dryer, we've never had any issues with this dryer until this smell turned up.
And another thing that Dawn had mentioned when we did the original video was that because of the buildup, to her, it seemed like that the dryer was a little louder.
It was thumping, and from some research that we did online, that blower being filled with lint was causing the sound. So once we cleaned the lint out of that blower, the sound is much quieter now.
So if you guys want to back the video up and try to see how loud that it was then, this is
really
what
thumpy.
It sounds like now.
And now it's much quieter.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of times we don't even know that it's running until...
Right, and this dryer is on our bedroom level. So we didn't want it to be super loud. But guys, the replacement of the clamshell lint filter, super easy. Like if you don't have any issues with a smell like we did, like I said, other than the lint buildup, we can't figure out what else could have caused that. But if you run into an issue with your lint getting past that clam filter, past the lint filter,
the original filter,
which if you have this model of dryer, I guarantee you're having this issue. It's just a matter of time before you'll know it. Right. And hopefully it won't be as bad as ours, because that smell was
bad.
Awful.
It was horrible.
It was awful. And so
all of that being said, everything that we did, would you do it again?
To get rid of the smell, yes. I wished I had started with replacing the lint filter and cleaning the blower first.
But we didn't know that at the time.
Because we tore this dryer apart 3 times.
3 times.
Which was a little overwhelming because we tried cleaning first. We tried cleaning the drum, there's like a little gasket that kind of goes around there. And I thought, well, maybe fabric softener was getting on there. We cleaned that really well. So we did a lot of cleaning to begin with.
It's more clean on the inside than it is on the outside.
Yeah, really. And so we tore it apart then and put it all back together, and we still had the smell. So then we took it apart again, and I got down, like I said, with an old toothbrush, with a screwdriver, with a vacuum cleaner, I actually even bought a little camera so I could use my cell phone to look inside the blower the best I could to make sure that I got all the lint. And if I had done cleaned the blower first and replaced this lint system so it didn't happen again, I think we'd have solved our problem before we had to tear the thing apart 3 times.
And it was a little intimidating, thinking about ripping this thing apart and making sure that we got it back together so that it would be working properly. But hindsight being what it is now, I probably wouldn't hesitate to do that again if we had to. But all in all,
I honestly think that the scary part is that this washer and dryer is very electronic. Like it's to me, it's like computer based.
Oh yeah.
And so that was a little scary because we didn't want to mess that up. Because I feel like if you mess that up, the dryer's not going to function properly. But honestly, when you get in there, it's just a couple of plugs and a couple of screws.
It does help to have a second person, maybe even a third person to just help hold stuff. And because you have to hold something while you're unplugging something and not being used to it, sometimes you have to figure out how it's going to unplug.
Yeah, because they have little locks on them so that they don't come unplugged from the vibration.
And you don't want to break it
so
by any means. But
I would do it all again because these are not cheap washer and dryers. At the time when we bought them, they were state of the art.
Yeah, they were great. And we still like them. I mean, don't get us wrong. It's just that's one of the issues that we ran into, and you can't anticipate it and you don't know what you don't know until it happens. But this has seemed to fix our issue. Yeah. And thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's free and it really helps our channel grow. And hit that notification bell so you're up to date on all of our upcoming videos. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
So we did confirm that everything was cleared out. And then the only other thing that we could do was do what we did here. And that was rip it completely apart and get all of that lint out.
Well, if it's any consolation, we now know how the dryer works.
We know how the dryer works. Don't want to do it again. But